Market moves got me feeling wild, swinging harder than a rocket child. Picking up odds like a trader around, praying profits ain't reviled. Charts like a puzzle complex, trading daily, keeping us perplexed. Riding waves like future specs. Gotta calm down, no pretext. Market moves got me feeling wild, swinging harder than a rocket child. Picking up odds like a trader.
Boris Schlossberg, Managing Director at BK Asset Management.
BK Asset Management's Kathy Lean.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you guys hear me okay, if everything is good. Screen looks good to me. Let me see how we're. All right. I hear myself. Very good. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. You can see I'm already making trades, making fades. 1.7.1 is out. I made the changes yesterday that I promised you. Awesome visual changes here. The green triangles tell us the true signals. The black triangles are the so-and-so signals. So we actually have a buy signal in the S&P, but it's 9:30. I really don't want to buy on the open just because I don't want to get myself flushed in and out. But you can see that I was taking the green signals here in the S&P. Nice and clean trades. I think I took a few in NASDAQ as well. Let me take the NASDAQ. Yeah, here's a couple of greens in NASDAQ. I also took a couple of black ones as well. But this is all pivoting off of this table, which I'm going to show you. The dashboard table. Remember I told you that what we want to do is we want the buy signal to sync up with slope, right? If slope is positive and we get a buy signal, it turns green. If slope is negative and we get a buy signal, it's black. It's basically so-and-so. And that doesn't mean that the blacks don't work and the greens work all the time. It just means that greens work better than blacks. And what we're looking for is a 60% accuracy on all these signals, because that's all we need to be able to be consistently profitable. So I took on my own view now is I take the dashboard off, because the dashboard is all of the textual information simply, put up, displayed here visually. So we have everything visually, and this simply displays it textually. If I need to look at it occasionally, I will. But I actually found, I just want to, since I know all the rules, I want to keep it as simple as possible, and I want to keep it as simple as possible for you guys. So I'm keeping it like this. You obviously have the full functionality to do it any other way, but keeping it like this, where it's just, green go, black, think about it, red go, black, think about it. Signal, I think, is much easier to trade. Obviously, you need to use a little bit of context. You're not going to take the green right in front of the market open, kind of silly. But this just puts us, I think, into a much better frame of mind. As I said, it's not that every green works and that every black doesn't. There's quite a lot of blacks that work, and you could take those. And there's actually quite a lot of interesting ways you could trade the black triangles. In my opinion, I'll share some with you. But keeping it simple, let's just trade trend. Let's just trade the greens to the upside, the blacks to the downside today. What I have all three of them, floating around on my other screen. So whenever there's a new signal popping up, I'll show it to you. I'll share it with you. So we have gold. See the gold red over here. That probably actually worked. Gold, by the way, one of the truly best instruments for this. Although, as you can see here, there was only one red signal here. There was a couple of really good black signals, but they just simply, if we were very, very strict and only took the red ones, there was only like 2 red ones over here to take for us. So, that'd be it. So, by the way, the same methodology works on the super trend signals. So as you can see here, here's a super trend. And this is where I really love this. Because this is not a red signal, it keeps you from this stop, and this one would have worked. But it 2 stop outs that it keeps you out of, because these are all false signals. And that's what I really like about it. It's not so much that the red ones are perfect. It's just that the black ones keep me out of unnecessary stops. And, as Ben Franklin said, a penny not stopped out is a penny earned, right? It's the very famous trading maxim by our founding fathers. So, BFF alerts, extreme counter trend, sell not set. I fixed it. I think I fixed it. I think it should, it should be working on the extreme alerts. I'll put them on there, in a bit. But I think I fixed it last night. I know the first trend and the extreme alerts there were some issues, and I think I fixed them both at this point. All right, so we got nothing going on here. Gold is changing direction. S&P did a little swan dive off the open. Nasdaq did a little swan dive off the open, and we'll see what goes on. So as I said, the result of this is that we're going to have less signals, but hopefully they'll be more meaningful. And it's not rocket science, and it's not some kind of a voodoo magic as far as these signals go. Essentially, what's happening here is, like, when does the black signal work? The black signal works when you have a V-shaped bottom, which is what we're probably going to get now. If you want to bet on a V-shaped bottom, the black signal is a great signal, because when you think about mathematically what it's doing, it's saying there was a whole bunch of selling. There's a climax sell. Now we turn to buying, and it's going to be a V-shaped recovery. So if you're like a V-shaped buyer, you really want to be looking for these, for these black signals to trade. But of course, V-shapes are rare. Then here you have like 3 of them just showing up, but that's unusual. It's unusual to have stuff. Typically, what happens is you get a dribble down, dribble down, dribble down. You don't get the V, and when you don't get the V, you get losses. So that's really what the black signal is all about. This was coming V-shaped. Whereas a green signal is essentially showing you the following pattern. It's showing you this very tiny retrace, big up, tiny retrace, big up, big up, big up. It's a classic uptrend, which is what we're betting on. We're just betting on the idea that we get the smooth uptrend to the upside, that it goes. This is the black ones is the V-shaped recoveries like these. And that's not frequent, or rather there's possibilities of this, but the flip side of this is that you get a lot of these failed moves. So we're going to be losing a lot of money chasing the black ones. All right. That's really this. I know my squiggles are hard to follow, but I think you understand the basic geometric designs behind the mathematics of all of this, right? Let me know if you guys understand that. No, there's no version 1.8. This is just 1.7.1. This is just a modification of all this stuff. What this does is it takes away the dashboard. If you don't want it, you can put it on. You can take it off. It's just kind of a configurable. And what I did is I took away one of the reversal signals, because I just didn't think they needed to be there. But otherwise, the only other thing it did was it colored the triangles differently, right? So remember, all of them were green, and we were using the dashboard to kind of measure, oh, do I want to go here? Is there a discrepancy? And this was unnecessary. So I programmed it so it calculates for us. So the green triangle means both the slope and the direction of the breakout are positive. The black one means the slope is negative, but the breakout is positive. So, take it for what it's worth. Depends on how you want to, you run the story. So I'm just trading the greens and the reds, which means there's going to be less signals. But I'm hoping, so far they need to be 60% for me to really, really do well. And they've been actually better than that. They've been around 70%. So like only, 7 out of 10 of the reds, 7 out of 10 of the greens have continuity, which is what I need to, to make money. You can see it's continuity here. On the S&P, there was much cleaner continuity right over here. Continuity here. There was actually continuity here. One thing I started to do, which I think is intelligent, is I was using the low of the green candle as my stop. But if I have the prior candle is a little bit lower, I use the next to the green as my stop. That gives me meaningful, still very, very controlled risk, but a meaningful stop that if broken, then I'm clearly wrong. Like I'll give you an example. If you're long here, instead of putting the stop at this candle over here, I put the stop over here, right over here at the 39s. That lets me stay in the trade for quite a long time and P&L it nicely if I was in that trade. I think it's the perfect compromise for us to work with. We need a gold signal. We have a gold signal. I mean, here's gold. It's just that there's no signals in gold right now. Gold doesn't have a signal for us. As soon as I see a red or a green, we'll trade gold. But gold trades the same way as everybody else. Is that what you were talking about, S-Chan? Sorry, guys. What are you guys all talking about the gold signal? Why am I not understanding what you're saying? Green Hippo, S-Jam. What are you talking about? All right, I'm watching gold. I'm watching S&P. Equities seem to be popping up a little bit. So we had a perfect V-shaped recovery. I didn't bet on it. Can I close this off? But that would have been a good bet. No, I didn't pay it for the new version, Tony, because I'm cheating. Because if it's not 1.8, it's not a new version. That's why it's 1.71. See, when you get to set the rules, you can make your own bets. Oh, I'm not. Sorry, you guys. I don't have any overlays on because again, I'm just sort of keeping it very, very simple today. I just want the BFF signals. Now we could have the overlays on, and I'm happy to put them on for you. But I just I'm just trying to keep it very, very simple right now because I want everybody to get into the rhythm of the BK scalper signals. The overlays, by the way, let me put the links into the overlays. Those are free for you guys. All I'm asking you to do is just please trade with Apex. Open up an account with Apex. Oh, see, this is the trend overlay. And this is the extreme overlay. Oh, sorry, I screwed this up. All right. Here, I'll put the first trend overlay if you guys want it on there. Yeah. So this is a buy signal here. It would not have worked, by the way. It would have stopped you out, right? So that's why I didn't put it on there. So first trend did not work out. Let's see what Nasdaq does here. All right. Farah's got questions. For people in Europe, which platform is better for them to trade? I'm from Netherlands myself. What is the fund form that is ideal for me? Okay, so you're in Netherlands, you can have Apex. Apex uses futures. I love futures. Okay. Obviously, futures centralized market, really, really good product, same price for everybody. I think it's a starting point. On the other hand, very commission rich, driven. Even on prop, you're trading commissions. I've had days where all my profits have been eaten up by commissions. So, there's always positives and negatives for both. If you're starting out, this is for prop. If you're doing your own trading for your own account, then we always recommend ACAP, because one of the aspects of ACAP that's nice is, let me just send the, oops, hold on. No, I don't want to do it here. I'll put the link to ACAP, to my friends at ACAP, is that you get to have all of our stuff for free if you have an account with ACAP. So it's very, very useful. Hey, we're getting a buy signal in NASDAQ over here. Nothing else, but just NASDAQ. I'm just going to put prepare myself for it. Let's see. No signal. No signal. Well, it's 38 seconds left, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see if the thing holds. But yeah, is that the answer to your question? I mean, generally, I think futures is a good. I think it's always great to start with a prop trading platform, because you learn how to trade. You trade Chicago Mercantile Exchange futures, and it's a fixed cost. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you make. You're gonna, you get an experience for a very, very limited cost. If you want to trade your own account, okay, we're going to go long this thing. Okay, now my stop is going to be underneath here. My target will be like somewhere around here. Let's see if this green gives us extension, if we get continuity. My target 82. We'll see. We'll see if NAS kind of holds out, or if it gets a little churny. But it's a relatively big stop, because we have a little bit more volatility. And by the way, the cool thing is, as far as the dashboard, you want to bring the dashboard back to see what the volatility is. You can see, okay, so volatility is 17 points. That's like, almost 20 points per candle, right? So it's pretty volatile thing. Super trend is off, blah, blah, blah. We're close to super trend. And now I can just take it off, right? I can just take it off. It's really, I like that aspect of it. We'll see how this reaches out. We'll see if it trades out. And then we're good. And we get the continuity we wanted. Trade is done. $1.50, 2 minutes. For low budget. So, okay, let's understand. I mean, this is it's a great question Farah is asking. When you're trading, okay, let me ask you, how low a budget? I don't think you can trade futures with less than $10,000, because real account, I mean, your own personal account, like 10,000 is I think a baseline. 5,000 might get you. I mean, you could trade. You certainly could trade 5,000 on micro contracts. I take it back. You could take 5,000 on micro contracts. When you're trading CFDs, it's much easier to trade with $500. Because they can go down to a penny. CFDs are completely and totally scalable. Futures have a fixed size component to them. So, it all depends. you give me a little more information, I'm happy to give you more guidance. But if you're let's put it this way: if you have less than $1,000, trade CFDs. If you have $5,000 or more, you can trade either CFDs or futures. Is that a fair fair assessment? Does that give you a good guidance? That's how I would do it. Oh, we got. I'm not paying any attention. We got S&P greens. I just missed that trade. Well, no, I kind of missed the trade. This was the trade. I'm not. This is the other thing is okay. So I was talking. I had an amazing interview this morning. That we're going to air probably in about a week and a half with Nick Leeson. Anybody remember Nick Leeson, the rogue trader, the guy who took down the Bank of Barings, which was the Bank of the Queen, for $1 billion? Let's see how old you guys are. Anybody, give me a thumbs up if you remember. Anybody remember Nick Leeson? Give me a thumbs up. So, anyways, really, really fascinating interview on like just sort of life, markets, randomness, and everything else. There's a movie made about him with Ian McGregor called Rogue Trader. If you guys, it depends how old you guys are. You remember either him completely, or if you're a young person, you probably have no idea who I'm talking about. But he was a very, very big trader for a while. Anyways, we're talking about the fact that making mistakes, losing risk and everything else. We're both saying that there's no worse trade that you will make than the one right after the missed opportunity. So this was I just started laughing myself. This was the missed opportunity, right? This was the trade. This was the missed opportunity. Me forcing the trade would have probably pulled me right down to a stop out right now, right? So it's just a good point to remember that if you miss the trade, the single worst thing you can do is force the trade. So 500, definitely CFDs, definitely do 8 cap. That's what I would do. Micro futures, I think the volume is too low. Which micro futures are you referring to? The micros are fine. Like I think the micro on the CME, the micros are absolutely fine. But I still, the micro on a CME is still a $10,000 contract, $20,000 contract. So you need like at least $5,000 of margin. That's actually, you know what? Fard asking me a good question. Let's put this to a poll. Let's do a poll a little bit. I'm actually curious. All right, let's do this. Start a poll. My account is less than 500. Oops, sorry. Between 1,000 and 5,000. More than 5,000. All right, I'm just going to give you 3 choices. Let me know. Let's do this poll. Let me know what how your accounts are. All right. So you see, this was a good trade. All these 2 were sucker trades because this was the trade that carried you to the profit trade. This trade you could have taken, but it was a sucker trade. It was just simply a bad trade on the green signal. Other than that, I got nothing else going on here. NASDAQ not showing me any signals. Gold is up. Oh no, gold had a second trend buy after. So if you're doing first trend overlay, just kind of let you guys know, the very nature of that beast is lots and lots of small stop outs until you hit the target. So the way you kind of trade this is you long here, stopped over here. Short here, stopped over here. Then 3, you got to go 4 now. You're going to go 1 contract, 2 contract, 4 contract. Now you're going to go 3rd layer in here, long here, stop over here. Boom, you resolve the whole trade. But you got to be committed to that kind of a function because the very notion of first trend break, if you got a flat, if the market is super flat like you have over here right now, you get the very definition of chop, which is up, down, stop out until you get the final directional move. And you got to be prepared for this chop city, because if you give up, you never get a chance to recover the trade. That's the key thing. It's one of the reasons why I don't really trade the first trend trade with you guys, because it's just a lot of, you got to be really stubborn. And sometimes, especially on the market open, before we decide which direction we want to go on, you're going to get too much chop, and it's just going to be too many crosses, and every cross is a loss. I like that. Every cross is a loss. All right, so more than half of you doing 5,000 or more, which is good. It means you guys have some decent accounts you can trade with. All right, answer my polls, please. Let's do that. All right, market coming down. Nothing much going on here. Gold might be the most interesting candidate for a green buy signal. We'll watch that. Otherwise, not a lot going on here. What's on the calendar today? Let's take a look. Oh, we have ISM. I know now. No wonder I totally forgot. No wonder we're dead. The real money comes in 10 o'clock. So we're not even gonna do anything until 10 o'clock, because we got the services report. The services report is one of the most. It's probably right after NFP is the single most important report, because U.S. economy is 70% services. This is the monthly services survey of all U.S. economy. There are 3 things within that survey that are really important. Number one is the employment component, because the employment component of services, ISM Services, very often is the single best predictor of where the non-farm payrolls are going to be. So if there's contractionary flows, it doesn't matter the absolute size, it's more the directional size that gives a clue. If there's contractionary flows in ISM Services employment, it means the NFP might likely miss to the downside. The second component of services is prices. That's what everybody looks at, because again, 70% of U.S. economy is services. If the prices are kind of getting jacked up, that's inflationary on all fronts. So that's healthcare, education, transportation, all the bullshit of life that we have to pay for, and then just new orders. That's the other one. It's just is the services component of the economy expanding? So these are all 3 things that are kind of important. Got 5 minutes to go. We'll wait to see how that prints, and then we can trade, and then we can see what's going on over there. Any other questions, guys? Anything else on your mind? Answer my poll, please, because it's really, really important for us to know, because then I can help structure the content that is more suitable for everybody's needs. Those of you guys on Twitter, come join us. YT/BK4X. /BK4X. Come join us on the channel, because I'm giving away my 2 of my indicators here. All you got to do is just simply click and download them, and you can have the first trend. This is the first trend indicator right here, and the breakout overlays available. If you want the scalper, you can join us. I'm going to send the link over here for joining us, and also I'm going to send the link for Apex. Apex last day today to save $80, 80%, not $80, 80% on all these big accounts. So it's a really, really good idea to go get them. Other than that, we're treading water for the next 5 minutes. Let's see how it plays out. This Friday, Kay and I are trading non-farm payrolls, which should be a lot of fun. Anybody watch the Trump conference yesterday, press conference? That was a volatility shit show as usual. Anybody else but me feel like it feels like it's already been a year and it's only been 2 weeks? Pretty amazing, right? Okay, we got as I told you, possible buy signal in gold here. Although, God, I really don't want to fuck around with this thing. Tempted as I am to take this, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. This is what you do when you know there's stupid risk in front of you, but you still have a setup. You take a little bite. We're gonna take a little bite. I'm gonna take the micro. So we're gonna take the micro. Where's my little thing here? Where's my sell limit? We're gonna just use it over here. Short target. If it works, it works. If it stops me out, it's a tiny little bit. So the reason I took the micro is because it's a legit signal, right? But I got 3 minutes in front of ISM Services, and this thing could dump the other way. Tony's saying 2 great weeks. Yeah, I don't dispute, Tony. You know, I'm a blue that turned big time red, but I still feel like it's, you know, like I don't know how the guy has the energy. I feel like 10 years has already passed by in 2 weeks. So much shit has happened. We are. Oh, there was almost a target over there. Almost a target. Come on, baby. I should have taken that. I should have taken that little clip, but it doesn't matter. Oh, cool beans. So much hatred, my friend. So much hatred. Oh, identify the siren. Whoever identifies the siren gets the BK scalper for free. Police, ambulance, or fire truck. What does the monthly BK membership give access to? The monthly BK membership gives access to the indicators. So Scalper and Kathy's BK Zip, all of Kathy's Forex trades and live, you know, not live trading with her, but she posts her trades live every single day. So if you like to trade Forex, you know, you're a Forex trader, it's a really, really cool thing because you basically get all of her stuff, access to her morning call, not just the one on Monday she does for everybody, but she does a private one with everybody Tuesday through Friday, and then a private session with me every Friday on live trading that I do for BK members. So those are the main advantages of the membership. All right, we got, what time is it? How much time is it? It is 9:52, 22 seconds. I'm definitely gonna eat this trade, but it's a tiny little bite, so I'm not gonna cry about it like a little baby, you know. Because, you know, Americans don't cry, baby. We make other people cry. But yeah, I mean, you know, this is why you don't go in front of news. Let's see what the news is, by the way. Let's go. We got 4 seconds left. Let's see how this prints. Oh, I win. I got lucky. ISM, employment, better. New orders, worse. Full factor, lower. Business, what the fuck? What is going on? It was prices. Oh, holy shit. Oh, no, price paid lower. Price paid lower. That's good. That's good. That's why oil is just, that's why gold is just soaring. Gold is soaring because I got lucky. Okay. I mean, you know, it's always good to, as Yogi Berra said, it's better be lucky than good. Just totally lucky on this thing. But now, by the way, look, 2,900 on gold. You know that's going to be a fat target. We're definitely going there. So now it's just a matter of being patient, waiting for the next green signal. But I think we're going to run that. So what does this say to us? It says that the inflationary pressures really dropped a lot, 4% on the ISM Services. The services PMI itself was lower. I wonder what was the low driving. I guess new orders. Employment was better than prior. Business activity was worse. That's what it was. Oh, business activity really dropped by a lot. But the bottom line is we're still expansionary on employment. Prices are going down. It's a Goldilocks scenario. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. That was not fire truck, my friend. Holy shit. That was the one thing it was definitely not. It was an ambulance, I believe. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think now I forgot. I got distracted by the ISM. It was definitely not the fire truck guys. Everybody who said fire truck guys, fire trucks sound like they're gonna just fart. It's like a whale farts. There's a fire station literally right underneath me, the next street over. That's why you hear so many fire trucks. Fire truck. What's the truck number on my station? I think it's 18. NYFD 18. Great guys. But yeah, so the fire trucks run out of there all the time. No, I think that was an ambulance. Whoever said ambulance was correct. It was between ambulance and police, but I think it was ambulance. So Mexicali Dude 85. Email me, contact@bktraders.com. Just email me, tell me you were the guy, and I'll give you access to BK Scalper. Okay, maybe we'll do that every day. I'll just random question of the day. Whoever gets it, I'll give you my scalper for a while. All right, so ISM printed. Let's see what anybody has to say about it on the internet here, on the interwebs. Let's see if there's anything interesting on the web. It's funny. All right, no. Oh. Okay, nothing interesting on the news. A little bit of a slow day today, I'll be honest with you. It is a slow-moving Wednesday. Oh, NAS is turning down. Interesting. Selling off on all of this. So this was positive gold, and equities don't really like the data because it does look like there's a little bit of contraction going on over here, right? I think they're kind of worried about employment. I got to tell you, I don't have a dog and a pony in this race at this point. I'm just watching it amusedly from the sidelines. But just the basic common sense economics tells me if you're going to basically put a huge amount of the federal workforce, let's say 10% of the federal workforce, fire them, that's probably very good for the long run. But for the short run, it's a massive hit to demand economy. There is no safer, easier income paycheck than a federal paycheck. And, those $100,000 paychecks, 10% of that goes away. That's a lot of consumer demand that has to contract. And those people, for the most part, are completely incapable of competing in the private economy. So they're all going to be just sitting on unemployment for the most part. And that could be a real problem. I don't think they've kind of thought this through. There was a massive socialist component to the U.S. economy for quite a long time. I know it may not be sustainable, but it was, feeding the bread basket, the bread and the whatever. It was feeding Walmart essentially, and I think that's going to be a problem if they start cutting the federal workforce. So I do think we're going to have to watch the employment data pretty seriously. And a lot of people I see, I know it's really stupid to be a bear, but a lot of smart people I see are starting to lighten up on the equity front. That doesn't mean anything for us. We couldn't care less. We just care about short-term directionality. We just need to extract directional moves. And our job as scalpers is not to be pontificating about the future, but to be patient enough to extract those moves, because what's our worst enemy is chop. Our job is not to commit to chop. Obviously sometimes you can't help it, but our job is to stay patient for as long as possible until we get continuity. And just whether it's continuity up or continuity down, that's what we're trying to do. If we can extract continuity, we're doing a good job. So do you see me not trading today? Because it's just not a fucking thing to do. And I'm trying to be, the beautiful thing about the indicator is it's just not tempting you at all. We do have a first trend down signal here in NASDAQ. I don't take those signals, but you certainly could. The trade would be to short here at 34 with a stop at around 37. So you'd probably be targeting around 32s. Does it have continuity at 32? We'll have to see. I'm not sure, but that's a reasonable trade to take. But remember, anytime you're taking a first trend trade, you got to be prepared for signal up, signal down, or maybe even a couple of signals before you get directional continuity. It's rare that you get directional continuity off the first signal, so you're going to be trading lots of chop for a while. But you could take it. Do you have to redo the alerts when you update the version? Yes, Tony. Yes. Redo the alerts. I mean, you'd probably be okay, but just do it for safety and security, because I actually got rid of a lot of alerts somewhere else. So yeah, we can actually look at the alerts. See the first trend is challenging the stop, and it's probably going to stop you out here. Another question I have here is, they were saying a lot of people that took the offer are retiring within a year. That's an interesting point. I didn't know that. You may be right. But how does that affect their retirement? They still get their retirement money? Huh. Interesting. I mean, the convolution of the federal workforce is, as you can see, with just the stuff that Musk is doing, is with 30% of the U.S. economy pretty much dark slate, and we haven't even touched the Defense Department or anything else. Okay, that sounds good. Wait, sorry. So I wanted to get back to alerts. You guys were talking about the alerts. Let's take a look at the alerts. This is the first trend overlay alerts. Buy alert, sell alert. They both should be working. If there's a problem, let me know. And if you go into the extreme, first extreme overlay. So in the extreme overlay, I think Christophe was telling me that there was a problem with alerts. I fixed them. If I add the alert here, buy signal, sell signal both of them should be working. Okay. Again, you can set them, and set them up. And then on the BFF scalper, the alerts, they're now just less. They're a lot simpler. So you have the basic trend buy alert, the basic trend sell alert, super trend buy, super trend sell, and extreme counter sell. That's it. Just 3 sets of alerts makes it much simpler to trade. Well, now I guess I put all the overlays on, so now we have all the signals. That was a big reversal. Look at that big reversal off the thing. So this was a sell-off signal. So if you took this signal, it's at 520 against 72. It's a 50-point drop. That's a very, very large drop. If I sold this, how much continuity was there? 520 to about 20 points of continuity. You could have made a little bit of money. But I don't like to do these trades because most of the time you can make a little bit of continuity, but the one time it just stops and reverses, it's a 50 point, it's like 1,000, no, 50. What's 50? Yeah, is it 1,000? That's $1,000, right? That is $1,000. That's 1,000. Yeah, it's $1,000 stop. It's an expensive stop, just to kind of find out if you have continuity. So I don't like to do large candle stops because it's an expensive stop. 50 points at $20 a point is $1,000. Somebody's asking me if the entry candle is bigger than the ATR, I pass on the trade. Yes. Really, it's actually a very oh fuck. Tony Darling is just gonna laugh at this. I'm like, that's a really good thing to codify. We're gonna make it 1.712. I'm kind of tempted to codify that rule, Rick. And so what we do is we could just turn the candle purple or something, and that would be a warning sign that that particular candle is bigger than the ATR reading. So you should be careful. Maybe we should turn it yellow. I'm not paying her the money until I get to 1.8. The rule doesn't apply. So you have 8 more suggestions before I owe her $1,000. So, or I'm going to make you guys pay it because it's all your ideas that I'm putting in there. But that is a really good idea, Rick. So I think it's worth incorporating because, again, the whole idea is to visualize all the mathematics so we can make better informed decisions, right? So like you said, like, for example, this would be what color? Now let's do UI. What's the best visual color for something like this? Would it be yellow? Should we do a yellow? I think yellow candle, because remember, most of these candles, these are either black candles or they're going to be green or red. So yellow will stand out, right? Make the yellow candle. That's a warning candle saying, hey, this trigger candle is larger than the ATR. There's not going to be that many of them, but when it comes up, it'll be a notice, right? We can definitely do that. Oh, we're getting a buy signal in NAS. Oh, not quite. Slope is turning negative to positive. Let's see if it holds. Let's see if this thing holds. See, this would be useful to say, oh, what's the ATR? Because it's a big ass candle. So really, really big ass. We're gonna do small. Fuck it. Am I gonna pussy out on this? I am. Okay, I'm gonna take the small. Because it's like a big candle, and I wanted. This would have been a great trade, I think. Let's see. I'm either going to look like an idiot. Well, I'm either going to look smart for losing or stupid for winning. How's that? I'm going to look smart for losing or stupid for winning. That's going to be my trade of the day today. I look stupid for winning. All right, that would have been a $200 trade. I should have fucking trusted this. I mean, I pussied out on the candle. It was a good trade. It was a clean. It's like off the 200. Nice clean trade. All right. Yeah, I mean, that worked really, really nicely, guys. That was a nice big pop on the in NAS. That was a good trade. First actual trade in this. Ironically enough, by the way, I just didn't even realize this. S&P had a false sell signal. So this was a legitimate sell signal, but it just didn't work. So now now we're back to this. Nothing else in gold. I'm just wasn't paying attention. The Nasdaq was really a good clean signal. That would have been a nice $200 trade if I took it on the large one. But Rick gets the trade idea today. Let's make the signal if the signal candle is equal to is bigger than the ATR, than a rounded ATR. Remember, it's going to be rounded ATR because we're just going to use rounded values. If the signal candle is bigger than a rounded ATR, then we'll make it yellow as a warning sign. Good job. I'll add that tomorrow. This breakout just doesn't work. Nothing, we're just going out. There's very little directionality today. Here's S&P with not a red candle. It's a black candle, so no signal here. Gold looks a little bit positive. I still think gold takes the 2,900 on the feuds. What is the spot gold doing? Where's the spot? Spot is 28. Yeah, we're like, guys, 3,000 is there. If I was just a long-term trader, I would just load up. You just know 3,000 is there. It may be there by the end of this week, especially if we get a low employment. Yields are pretty much in control. 10 years under 4.4. These are all good. It's all helpful to the market and helpful to gold. I'm just looking for one more trade if I could get it, maybe to the downside in Nasdaq. Excuse me, in S&P. But so far, nothing much is setting up. It's a little quiet. So, general rule of thumb, right, is I think the most conservative estimate you could think of is you'll get one green or red trade per hour per instrument, right? So even today, we did at least 3 trades, right? So you're doing 3 trades per hour per 3 instruments. If you're doing if you're running 3 instruments, let's say you're running 2. So 2 trades per hour, $100 a trade, because 200 in Nasdaq, maybe 100 in the S&P, whatever. Let's say $100 average per trade is your target, which is 5 hours to $1,000. That's in a very, very conservative fashion. But I think it's not unreasonable to think you could do it in 3 hours. Now, if you're at the screen throughout the day and you have an hour here, an hour there, an hour there, that's a very tangible way of thinking. How do I do $1,000? I'm at the screen on and off most of the day, and I've been doing about $600-700 a day on the screen. Let me just see what I'm doing right now on Trade Evade. Yeah, I think. Oh, look at that! I'm at one. Remember, I said yesterday I was at 153. 2 days ago I was at 150. It's just kind of I keep it sort of like that value. So 2 days ago I was 152. Yesterday I was 153. Today I'm 154, 126. Right? We'll see. 155 by end of the week. That's relatively good pace for where I need to be. All right, still not getting any quality signals, so just chilling around. Yeah, 3K will definitely be a magnet for gold. Should a futures trader know the forex market? Not necessarily. It's not a prerequisite. Forex market is the primary difference for me. I'm actually curious to know. Oh, let's see how everybody did in the poll. Let me just close this poll up. Okay, thank you for voting, guys. So it's sort of interesting. I'm going to take a screenshot of this poll. Hang on a second, guys. I want to show Kathy so she can, so we can. Okay, cool. All right. What do I want to ask you? Disconnected. If you? I think it's always good to know other markets, and you may find forex to be like. Let me ask you this, Bernardo. Do you like to scalp with me, or do you like to have a little bit more leisurely, trading? Like, do you want your trades to last for a couple of hours or a couple of minutes? Because I think that's really the best answer to, do I want to trade forex or do you want to trade futures? That's literally, to me, wouldn't you say that's the key distinction? I know your future trades can last for a couple of hours, and I know the forex trades can last for a couple of minutes, but generally, that's really this distinction, right? Because forex is a much slower market. Wouldn't you guys say that? Do you agree with that? If you like scalping better, then you stay on the future side. I think that's a really good description, actually. It's a really good description of what you like to do. Do you guys agree with me? Anybody want to give me a thumbs up on that, or let me know? Yeah, Cheryl says she's agreed. I mean, we both, Cheryl's traded everything under the sun. It's really what you like. Cool. All right, guys, I got nothing. I do think it looks like the market's kind of sold off a little bit, looking to stabilize. Maybe we get a little bit of a rally. Clearly, NAS, by the way, looking the most positive, promising here. Gold continues to hold the highs around at 29. We'll see if there's more continuity. But the net takeaway is we're looking for continuity, right? And it's just our job to be patient until continuity presents itself. Right now, NASDAQ looks like it may be entering into a little bit of an uptrend. And if it is, we're going to hold prices, and maybe they're going to run this back up to 21.6, 21.7. And if they run this to 21.7 by mid-afternoon, we're certainly going to have a couple of continuity signals going our way. So, but we don't know how it's going to unfold. We just have to wait patiently until it presents itself, and then we're ready to go with it. So that's the key takeaway. Thank you, Rick L., for a really good, interesting insight into how to embed volatility visually into a candle, which is what I'm going to do overnight. We're going to make the high volatility candle yellow. We'll see how many of those actually pop up on the screen. I mean, hopefully not too many. But the principle will be any signal candle that is greater than the ATR of the moment will be yellow, so that you can decide whether you want to take it or not. And that's it. That's how I'll leave it with you guys. Thank you so much, guys. Everybody have a great day. Again, everybody go get some Apex accounts. Trump vanished USD or vanquished? Yellow should be avoided. Well, it's not generally, if you're a low risk person, yes, yellow should be avoided. The point is, it will visually tell you, oh, this is a big ass candle. How much confidence do I have in this particular trade? If I don't want to take a lot, maybe you want to maybe the yellow candle will mean that you're going to go on the micros instead of the minis. It's just an informational tool like everything else over here. It's not, for example, the black triangles are not a invitation not to trade. They just a warning to you that that's not an optimal trade, right? That it's not it's not a trade where everything lines up. Whereas the green triangles is a trade where everything lines up. If you took this one, you took that one, they all worked precisely because they lined up better. It doesn't mean that the black ones didn't work. It just means that the green ones work more accurately, and you only want to take the green ones, right? It's all about giving you as much power instantly, informational power instantly, so you can assess the situation and do the right thing, right? I'm turning you guys into the special forces of trading at this point. You're going to be the the Delta Force of trading. Fuck those Navy SEALs. I'm just kidding. All right. Thank you, guys. Ambulance. Oh, very nice. Ambulance. I didn't even hear it. That's I can sleep through all of them. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Everybody enjoy your day. and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we get a little bit of direction. It looks like we're starting to get a little bit of direction now. So maybe you'll catch a couple of good signals as the day goes by. Otherwise, everybody enjoy. Thanks again for everything. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.